Wizard101 just got maybe the craziest announcement of all time. Literally like 5 minutes ago, a sequel to Wizard101 has been announced by King's Isle Entertainment, the creators of Wizard101. The game is called Ravenwood Academy, a Wizard101 story. It's something. But the name of the game is Ravenwood Academy, Wizard101 story. Now, I'll show as much as I can. There's a trailer for it. There's like a few pictures that are like we're seeing for the first time right now. So I'll make sure I can put everything up so you guys can see everything. But there's an article by MMO Bomb, which I'm going to read for you just so you can kind of get the understanding of what the game is. Ravenwood Academy, a Wizard101 story, is set in the same Spiral universe. It's a narrative life sim and visual novel that takes players back to the setting of Ravenwood Academy. So I'm interjecting here. This is technically a prequel. I'm calling it a sequel because it's a second game which builds upon the lore, but it's technically a prequel that the story takes place before Wizard101, but it's still within the Spiral in Ravenwood. As students of the prestigious school, they will experience a blend of magical education and extracurricular activities, encountering familiar faces from the Wizard101 universe along the way. Players will attend classes, investigate mysteries, and participate in minigames. Also, there's activities referred to as crisis incidents, investigation scenes, and trials. You will take on the role of problem solvers, detectives, and lawyers through navigating faculty hearings and making crucial decisions that shape the outcome of the story. So this is literally like a choose your own adventure, but in Wizard101 and with like new and old characters, but it's also just not Wizard101 at all. It has nothing to do with like choosing spells, I don't think. I think it's literally like one of those like dating sims, but you're not dating Falmea or stuff like that. Relationship building is a central aspect of Ravenwood Academy, with players tasked to foster connections with a diverse cast of characters. Choices made throughout the game will impact the storyline, unlocking special scenes and dialogue options. So with that little explanation out of the way, what else is going to come out of this? Well, one thing that's really cool about this is that it's releasing on Steam. This isn't going to be a downloadable thing from the website. It's releasing fully on Steam. There's also been no announcement for consoles or mobile or anything like that. I honestly doubt it would ever come to console. I don't think that's a thing, but maybe mobile. That's probably something they looked into, but it's nothing like that yet. But for sure, it's going to release on PC on Steam. Right here is actually the entire Steam page for it, where there's a whole bunch of like other pictures. You can see like some of the art styles. It's a little bit, it's similar, but it's not like the exact same. Like you can tell that some of the assets are going to be the same, but for the most part, it's pretty different, but it's pretty cool. I'm guessing it was made in an entirely different engine. Everything about this looks like almost way too polished. My guess is that it's an Unreal Engine, but I really can't tell. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff down here if you want to read it. It's basically the same thing as I said, like search for clues, witnesses. Like it really seems to be like a weird.
Oh, it is hard to believe it was
Shut
so long.
It's a really like interesting take. It's like entirely different from the game, but dude, but I love it. It's interesting. It's cool. I'm really excited for this. I think this is amazing. The biggest reason that I'm excited for this is probably because it's made an entirely new engine and we get entirely new graphics. Although I already saw some people hating on the new graphics, I think you should shut up. I think this is great. Like, look at the shadows on this path. Like, look how amazing Ravenwood looks. You can, like, shut up. Like, be quiet. I don't care if you think that this wizard looks a little bit goofy, because, yeah, I'll say it. He does look a little bit goofy, but there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Because the rest of the game is going to look beautiful. But with that being said, we don't have much other information on this game. That's literally everything that we have so far. We have a trailer, we have pictures, and we have a blog post, and that's basically it. That's it. There's a few things that I want to point out specifically in the trailer. I know I already showed it, but there's some really cool things. Like, most importantly, though, I think is the graphics. Like, this looks really cool, and you could just tell that everything about this is like entirely brand new in a way. One of my personal favorite parts of this is this snippet right here. You can see like the shadows moving. Like, it's so cool. It is really cool. And then you get like what the wizard looks like. I think the wizard actually looks pretty damn sick. I think it looks cool. One of the cool things about the game is like this text box thing that pops up. Like like Falmea is here. And this is when Falmea was even before Professor, which is really cool. You have the old like snake guy. I think he shows up in a second, but it's cool. It's like you're back in time. It's kind of like the 5 Boxes event. You're here like talking with like Falmea. She's like, oh, I'm going to fail my exam. But this is probably one of those like things you got to like help him out. Yeah, look at this. You got options. You could be like, how can I help? You did get that tome, right? I got to solve my own problems. You could be an asshole if you want. Sick. Amazing. Honestly, probably the best path, but who knows? Yeah, this one in particular where it says class is in session. You got this guy. I think his name is Memphis, I think, or Morgrim. It's something like that. I don't know, but It's like the old professor that you saw in the 1-5 boxes. I think it's the first 5 boxes in Wizard City, but it's cool. I think it's amazing that it's going to expand on the lore. Here's like the main picture of it, the Ravenwood Academy Wizard 1 story. Like here's like the art for it. Really, really cool. It's coming out on Steam, so like wishlist it. Wizard101 has been on Steam for a little while now. I think like 3 or 4 years. I don't remember exactly. But it's really cool that they're like deciding to make like their own like new game, which is really cool. You actually, it's not even, hello? Like, it's so cool that they're deciding to make an entirely new game. Although I'm sure will be a pretty small game. I don't think it'll be like that much, but it's sick. It's really cool. Something else I want to point out right here, right now, which I think will be the most interesting thing about this. The reason this is happening is probably because of the Gamigo group, which bought King's Isle out, or bought ownership or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But they bought King's Isle like 2, 3, 4 years ago at this point. King's Isle got a whole bunch more love from it, from like they have a lot more money and things that they can do, which is probably, as I said, the reason why this game is able to happen. I don't think that King's Isle had like this team to be able to like put this together and like the money behind it and everything. So I think this is really cool, but that's not what I'm trying to point out. What I'm trying to point out is that this is out under the franchise of the Spiral Games universe, which Wizard101 and Pirate101 were already a part of, but now they're making it a franchise. This isn't like a Wizard101 franchise. This isn't like anything else. This is a Spiral Games universe franchise, which means we might be able to get more games like this along the way. They might be able to make some like MOBA or some. I don't want to say that. I really hope they don't. Like imagine like League of Legends but Wizard101. Imagine how. Anyways, but yeah, no, this is sick. I'm wishlisting this. I'm following this because I am really excited for this. There is no date out for this yet. There's no release date. My guess is that it'll probably be next year, is my guess, around the summertime. I'm assuming. I would be pretty surprised if this came out later this year. But overall, this is sick. This is really, really cool. And nobody saw this coming. This was like not even a thing that people thought was like in the making. This was completely under wraps, and there was nothing for it. But yeah, that's pretty much Ravenwood Academy, a Wizard101 story. I think this is sick. I think it's really cool. As I've said 100 times this whole video, I'm really excited for the graphics. I think that's something that a lot of people are really going to appreciate in this. Although, as I also said before, some people are going to think that the character design is stupid and goofy, but I think it's amazing. I think it's really, really cool. He is goofy, but it looks a lot better than the current game, so you can shut your mouth. I think this looks great.